Hey, we are live on a Wednesday. It's another episode of SnL. My name is Lane.
And I am Scott. We're so excited to wrap up June and the first half of the year. 2020-21 is half over.
Yeah, what's the temperature of June feeling like for you these days, Scott?
The temperature?
The temperature, yeah.
Well, we are in the midst of another day of June gloom here in sunny, not Huntington Beach. It's been very nice and unseasonably cool this whole month here.
But the West is feeling a little bit of the heat, right? So the West is feeling a little sizzle, and so is the real estate market. So today we're going to be talking about the summer market as it's heating up and what to expect for both buyers and sellers, because I know for a lot of buyers that have been actively in the marketplace, it's been very difficult. For sellers, some of you are licking your fingers and enjoying a nice tasty seller's market, if you will.
Yes, exactly. Well, you know what? The air outside might be cool, but we are certainly feeling the heat of the coals under our feet with regards to the real estate market. There is no doubt about that.
That's exactly right. So let's start with the buyers, okay? So yes, there is such a thing called buyer fatigue, and it's real. A lot of buyers are feeling a little bit burnt out. It's hard to compete with multiple offers. The National Association of Realtors actually had this stat where the average home nationally had just shy of 5 offers on a particular listing. And here in an Orange County marketplace, the suburbs around the country are actually hotter. If you're within 2 hours of a driving distance from big cities, you're probably feeling maybe 10 offers or so. So if you're actively looking in a suburb area, it is tough, and we feel you. Thank you for your patience. And the fatigue is real. But does that mean you should give up? Again, experts are saying you should not. And the reason why is because seller confidence is on the rise, and there's some options opening up for sellers for them to be able to buy stuff as well. So you're going to see some inventory start to increase in the second half of 2021.
Absolutely. And you know what? I'm older than Lane. I still remember this quote, and I live by it every day, from Winston Churchill in the dark days of World War II. He said, never, ever, ever, ever give up. And that's the words that we're telling with our buyers out there. You should not give up hope, because the faint of heart, the weaker ones, will exit the marketplace. But if you stay strong, stay the course, have good guidance from your realtor team, you will prevail. We're finessing more. We're building relationships more. We're understanding the psychology of the sellers and what they're looking for in the offers coming from the buyers. It's a changing game, to be sure, but we are setting ourselves up to win. And the clients that stick with us, or agents that have like minds like we do, will prevail, and they will get their house. So my answer is definitely do not give up hope. Just strengthen your arsenal, strengthen the team around you, and you're going to get your home.
That's exactly right. And a couple of reasons not to give up. Interest rates are still very low. They're supposed to remain low, at least for the next couple of years. However, they did talk about increasing the short-term interest rate in 2023. As inflation starts to increase, naturally, interest rates are going to increase as well. So you might want to still take advantage of those low interest rates now. Also, we get questions all the time of, are we in a bubble? Are we at the peak of the market? I'm going to hold off until prices adjust. Now, again, according to the articles that we're reading here, experts are saying in the most recent survey I think they researched a lot, 5 or 6 economists, and it came out to be 5-year forecast of appreciation. So even though appreciation is not going to be as crazy, like we saw year over year increase in appreciation of about 20%, that's supposed to taper off 2021 to closer to 10%. And then 2022, 5, 2023, 3, 2024, 3, 2025, low 3, but it's still appreciating over the next 5 years. So according to the experts, we are not at the top, and it has rooms and it has legs to appreciate another 20% over the next 5 years.
You know, and Lane's absolutely right on. Some of the background we have for these are economists from the leading universities of the country, the California Association of Realtors, the National Association of Realtors, some of the economists from the top corporations in the country. They're all weighing in with similar mindsets with regards to this. So we don't seem to have any outliers. It's a unified theme with regards to that. And we tend to want to go with that because these are the experts in mass saying they're feeling 5 years of appreciation. We don't know what those rates of appreciation will be, but we're solid.
Yeah. Also, now when we're talking about sellers, okay, should we sell now? Should you wait to sell? Because here, if inventory starts to go up, there's going to be more competition. As more competition comes up, you're probably not going to be having this appreciation frenzy that you're getting in today. So again, the experts that we're reading, they're saying sell now and don't wait.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Lane, one thing, again, I don't want to play the old card here, but after 33 years in the business, I have found that timing the market is usually a deadly mistake for clients. They need to time what's going on with their life. If it's your chapter in life, if it's your time to make the move, you should go ahead and move forward with that and not try to wait. We've had many times where clients will have sold too soon, waiting for what they think is going to be a crash that doesn't happen. But those folks that have said, hey, you know what? It's my time in life. We're thinking about making that next move. We want to move up. We want to move down. We want to move out. And take advantage of where your life is to do it, and just be very grateful that right now the market is definitely at one of our cycles upward.
Yeah, the buyer demand has never been higher. The inventory has never been lower. It's like this perfect storm to be a seller, and it can't last like this forever. So if you know that you want to take advantage of a frenzy, like it's time to sell now as opposed to wait a little bit later. Now, the good news is if you decide to wait a couple of years, it seems to be that homes are appreciating in value, but the home might sit on the market just a little bit longer, and you might not have 10 offers on the home either. So that's something to think about too. We can't get used to this type of frenzy forever. So buyers, there is hope. It's not going to be like this forever. Sellers, again, like you'll probably be okay. It'll probably be a seller's market still in the next several years, but you don't expect this level of appreciation in these many offers.
And Lane is right on. We don't have a crystal ball about any of this, but when the experts are saying take advantage of what we know now, why on earth wouldn't you do that? If it's your time in life, again, you've got a plan, you know what you want to do. Take advantage of things the way they are now, and don't look back in hindsight and saying, I wish I would have, could have, should have, or your neighbor does it worse. And you're thinking, oh my God, why didn't I just listen to my gut and go and make that move when I wanted to?
Yeah, in the history of real estate, ever since they've been analyzing what real estate prices have been doing, nobody's ever lost money in an 8-year cycle.
Correct.
So even if you bought at the very, very peak of the last recession, it came around and you were probably about even 8 years later. So we tell our buyers who are looking at the marketplace now, and if they do have any concerns about where prices are, look at the home that you're purchasing and look at it as a 10-year investment. Yeah. Don't look at it as a 5-year plan. And if it is, can you still see yourself if you had to, living in that home for 10 years? Yeah. And maybe that 5-year plan needs to be extended to 10 years. And if the answer is yes, then you're probably safe taking advantage of those low interest rates, because I always tell this story, but the exact monthly payment that I'm paying right now is the same that my dad did in 1988 for a house that was about a third of the price. So
Lane, you know what, Lane, you make two great points. And one is there's fear of selling. Oh, I'm going to sell at the top of the cycle, or the bottom of the top of the market, or whatnot. But remember, there's no top and there's no bottom. There may be a top or a bottom of the cycle. And as Lane says, we've seen it, and the experts have proven this. Everything runs in 8-year cycles. So if you have a 10-year plan, you're going to come out ahead of the game pretty much no matter what. And that's historically proven for as long as I can remember and beyond when I was in the business. And then again, to Lane's second point there, and we've talked about this before, Lane's house payment now is less than my house payment was on a $100,000 condo in 1982 when rates were 16 to 18%. So we must always remember affordability for those of you that are financing is a combination of what you pay for the house and what the interest rate is on the amount you're financing.
And think about how much $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 was in 1982, 1988 compared to what it is today. The time value of money, $1 is worth more today than it is tomorrow. So same thing, like if you're getting in on a place that is less than what you probably could potentially pay in rent, why wouldn't you? Because what's rent going to be like in 10 to 15 years? If you get a fixed mortgage rate, your monthly payment is going to be the same today as it will be in 10 years. And then in 10 years from now, that monthly payment is not going to feel like a whole lot, hopefully.
No, excellent point, Lane. Excellent point.
Yeah. But if you are watching this and you're actively in the buying market, or if you're actively selling right now, we want to hear from you. What are you feeling? What are you experiencing? Are you feeling a little bit of that buyer fatigue? Are you feeling that maybe there's hope? Maybe there's, inventory starting to open up a little bit, less offers that you're competing against. As a seller, what are you feeling? Are you taking advantage of the 20 offers that are coming in and the 10% over ask price that some sellers are receiving? What are you doing? So leave us a comment. We'll love to hear what you're experiencing.
Absolutely. We want to hear, we want to make the show all about you, and we want to field your questions, help solve your problems.
Yeah, and as we wrap up here, we love doing these SNL shows. If we said something that somebody else might find value, please share that with them. That's the best thing that you can do for us. Also, give us a like, show us some love in the comments section, and we'll be back next Wednesday for another SNL show.
Absolutely. Thanks again for watching today, and we hope we've added value to your week.